Hi, hello, g'day, kia ora, and welcome to the studio. I'm Paula from MoxyMojo. Thank you for joining me here today as I finally put together my journal for Junk Journal July 2025. We are going into a non-standard journal cover. Our pages are now made, so it is time to sort these all into 3 signatures. There was 23 prompts because Leigh has done one for every weekday this month. So I've added in a 24th page just as an extra so that I'll have 3 signatures of 8 pages each. So I've got 3 faux vintage invoices in various different states. I've now got 9 double-sided printables. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and these have all got the various different themes on them as well. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And every individual page, the front and the back are from the same kit from a designer, and there is a list of those kits and a link to the designer's shops or websites or whatever it is, so you can purchase those kits yourself if you like. Now I've purchased all of these on my own back, so I'm not getting anything in return for advertising these suppliers, designers. It's just that I think their work is pretty amazing. So I want to encourage you to at least have a look. Right, so next up I've got 3 what I'm calling like my special pages. So I've got a book page. So now I want to decide where I'm going. So this has got a lot of writing in it. Not so much. Now that's got the writing page. So I think I'm going to put that in there. Now I will put that tag in there. So that one will go in there. And that is some printed vellum scrapbook paper that I got at a resource centre. So now I've got all my pages that I have made, plus a MAC page. So where do we need some colour? So I've got that one there. I've got my peacock page there and the blue. So I think I need some bit more oomph of colour in there. So that's 1. Then we've got 1, 2, and have I got another colourful one? No, no, no. Alright, so that's my colour. These are my 3 colours. So that, let's put that one. What's the colour there? Is that. So maybe, which way, left or right? Go that way and that way. Right, so that's my colourful sheets. Now we're on to the pages that I made. So we've got 1, 2, 3 that have got non-tabs. So 1, let's go 1, 2, and we'll put this one in there. So now the other thing is that, and then these 3 have all got tabs on them of some description, or in this case like fluffy outlines, and they're also like quite bulky pages. Now as that one's got that in there, that's probably the least bulky, is it? No, that one there. So I'm going to put that one in. So that means that one, we haven't got a lot of, we've only got minimal colour in there, whereas this has got more colour. So there, decided. Right, now, so that split my pages up, and this is like, I mean, this is a process that I like to do, is that when I am sorting pages for a journal, I try to make sure that I've got my different types of page spread throughout the entire journal. Here I've only got like 3 signatures, so I've made sure I've got at least like multiples of 3 of each type of page. So like 3 invoices, I've got 3, and that's 1 for each signature. For each signature I've got 3 double-sided printed pages. I then had 3 of my special page. You get the idea. So if this was to be a journal with 5 signatures, then I'd need 5 invoices and 5 lots of 3 printed pages and 5 special pages. Right, so we've sorted out the pages that are going to be in each journal. That is hanging out a bit more than I realised. Never mind, we might need to restaple it and have it not hang out quite so far. Because if I put it in there, that's going to be hanging out quite a bit. So are those tabs, but never mind, that's okay. I forgot to think about that. I was just too enthusiastic about putting some tabs on there. Those tabs are probably going to stick out as well. Oh well, never mind. Right, so the next thing to do is, I know that my invoice page is going to be on the outside. Right, I've got 3 of these, so they need to be spread out. So we've got 8 pages all together. So well, maybe I had, so 3 and then 5 other pages. So if I do 2, 4, okay, so yeah, that'll work. So 5, 2, 2, and then one of these will be in the center. So I think that one may be in my center. But we'll have a look. So I want to do, right, so I've got, now I've got, this has got a bit more colour, so that can go in there because that's quite monochromatic. So we'll put that one in there. This is a lot more kind of aligned with the toning of that. So that one can go there. Then we have this one with the blue and the blue. And that means this one can go on there. Right, so that's nicely solved. And now I'll probably look to this recipe. Where's my, that's what I'm doing. This recipe for the next signature as well. So we've got the invoice on the outside, and then I know I've got, so 1, 2, 3. Now I might put the sepia one in between these two, because even though there's not a lot of colour, there is a little bit on there. So that. So now I need 2 and 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So this blue one, pretty obviously I don't want it in here. I'll put that there, or probably that one. So I will put the black and white in here, and then I was going to say I don't want two black and white together, so I might put this one here, but let's put it up the right way first, and then this one I will put this way around. So that. Right, that's easy solved. That's the second signature. Now our third one, so we've got our invoice. We now have, now which one do I want in the middle? I might put that as my middle page, even though like this side is quite monochromatic and very close to this. I'm spreading out my two coloured points, because what I can do is then put that blue in between there. What have we got here? I think, now this one I think should go in there, and then I think this one will be better. Do we want it in there? Yeah, I want to split those two apart, and then those two can go together. So now this one can go either way, but because I think I've got the pockets there, I'll flip that around and go, either way it doesn't make a difference. We'll go that way. Now if I'd thought about it, I could have just had that one as a page, hang out a bit further too. Right. So now we're going to do a quick flick through of the signatures just to make sure that I've got them in the right. I'm happy with the order. Okay, happy with those. Right. The next thing to do is I need to make a template. Now, I know some people might be saying, why don't you make it easy for yourself and just do that simple pamphlet stitch where you come in the middle, or come in from the back, go to the end, go all the way to the top, and then go through. Why? Because I'm not going to catch this one little piece of paper. So if I do that, there's only going to be the middle stitches, nothing else top and bottom. at least doing this, I'm going to catch it in these 3 places, which, given the height of this tag, is going to be plenty. Everything else is going to be caught by either 5 or 7 stitches. So let's just have a look. Yep, we're sweet. Put this back in here now so we haven't lost our place. And now it is time to start punching holes. I've got a couple of ways to show you that I use for punching my holes in my cover and also in my signatures. For making the holes in my signature, I will either use this little foam pad and sit them on here, put my template in, and then stab through the middle and into here. Hence all the little wee holes in there. I do it a lot. I also have a book cradle, and mine is a collapsible one, so I can take it apart and it uses up less room in my studio. So all I need to do is set it up, not push too hard, set my signature with the pages in position into the slot on the cradle. We put the template in the middle, lining it up, and I can then poke the holes in my pages. Okay, so the holes are now punched in 3 signatures, so I'm going to put these aside. Now it is time to punch the holes in our cover, dark coffee or beige. And I think, given that it's got the black lines from the sewing pattern, I think I'm going to go with the beige for a change. I mean, normally I would, maybe go for that. But perhaps it is time for a change in my life. Yes, we're going for a change. Does that mean I'm maturing? With that sad thought to mind, it is time to sew in my signatures. You can sew from the front signature to the back, or the back signature to the front, or any other order that you like. It does not matter. However, you may find that if you are right-handed, stitching from the back to the front is easier, and if you're left-handed, stitching from the front to the back is easier. Okay, so all 3 signatures are now bound into here. Let's do a quick flip through of this journal. So this is going to be interesting to work in because some of these pages are really small. Like the cover is not particularly flexible. So here we go. And I'm just going to flick through it pretty quickly. That's sticking out quite a bit, but never mind. If it becomes annoying, I will do something about it. But to be honest, I don't mind in the slightest because it's so narrow. So now we've got tuck spots there and there. tuck spot, and then is there a pocket? Somewhere there's a pocket, I thought. Maybe not. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Second signature. We've got tuck spots here, and I've put those 2 pieces in. And so tuck spot in there, pocket there. And so I should actually go and do like so tuck one in and the pocket down there. Got pocket there. There's the other pocket. So we're going to have one of that in there and that tucked in there. Then, right, so at some stage during my embellishment process, I might add some page charms to these. This is the 3rd signature. And there's a pocket there. And again, I could add embellishment to there. Okay, I might trim that off because it's, okay, no, it's fallen off. Problem solved. That would have just annoyed me. That's a flip out from the tag. And we've got that pocket. And then that's the back eyelet. So already it's a gator mouth, and I haven't done anything in it, but I do love the way this journal has finished. And yep, there's our lovely signature at the back. So thank you for joining me on this journey to get this journal made. It has been a long, slow process, but I've loved every minute of it, as frequently happens in these weird and wonderful journals like this. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you back in the studio as always, but bye for now.